Mike Will, and Tyson Havronic.
Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Huddle Up here on Extreme Sports. Welcome into a Wednesday, the 21st day of January for 2026. Mike Will, Tyson Havronic standing by. We've got all of your news, weather, and sports that you need to get out the door here this morning. Lots of things to talk about. It's been rumored for a couple of weeks now, and now it looks like it's becoming official. Nebraska special teams coordinator Mike Eckler is leaving the program. He's going to head back and coach at USC. We'll talk about that coming up. The Nebraska men's basketball team, they're going to put their 18-0 record on the line tonight as they play host to Washington at Pinnacle Bank Arena, a ball game that gets underway at 8 this evening on BTN. The Nebraska women's basketball team also in action tonight. They're on the road playing at Wisconsin. The Hastings College women's basketball team at home tonight to take on the College of St. Mary's. That's a ball game you'll be able to hear tonight here on Extreme Sports, beginning with a pregame show at 5:45 this afternoon. We've got the postseason situated now for Legion Baseball. We'll tell you where all the state tournaments and area tournaments are going to be this year. Had some great high school basketball played around the area last night. In fact, all three city teams were in action. Plus, we've got an interview coming up with Zach Foster with the Adams Central boys basketball team as they knocked off Ord last night. The ball game we had here on Extreme Sports, 56-47 was the final score. Got some coaching moves in the NFL and also this year's class of the Baseball Hall of Fame. Major League Baseball Hall of Fame has been announced. So all that and more coming up, and whatever else might pop up here during the next hour or so as we welcome in Tyson Havronic from the Western Studios. Good morning.
And a good morning, Mike Will. Question for you right out of the chute, Baseball Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Saw a post from the St. Louis Cardinals yesterday and just kind of puts the curiosity thing in motion, right? So a guy who spends, let's say, 10 seasons at Houston Astros, maybe the New York Mets, has some pretty notable stops there, comes to St. Louis for a season. Do you get to say, like, congratulations, former St. Louis Cardinal, Carlos Beltran, even if it was just a very quick piece of his baseball career? You still going to congratulate yourself for putting somebody in the Hall of Fame?
He's probably not going to go in as a St. Louis Cardinal.
Gonna guess he's not going in as a Cardinal, baby.
I guess as a former player, you spent time on the roster. You could probably do that.
It kind of seemed a little cheap.
It is.
Know? Like, we got another Cardinal in the Hall of Fame. Well, okay.
Yeah, he was here for 1 year.
He had already established a Hall of Fame career before he got to St. Louis. But
anyway, Carlos Beltran, Andrew Jones are the two guys that have been voted into the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame. They're going to join Jeff Kent in the class of 2026. So congratulations to those three individuals.
There you go.
All right, what else is on your mind as we get up and go going here today? We've got basketball tonight. Both the Nebraska men and women will be in action. Hastings College is going to be in action on the women's side of things. I guess the story that has been bubbling for about 2 weeks now, Mike Eckler, the special teams coordinator at Nebraska, has decided to leave the program after just 1 year. He's going back to California, the coach at USC. Here's a guy. Look at his resume. Pull that up if you might. Mike Eckler, he's been with Nebraska twice. He was also on the Nebraska staff as the linebackers coach from 2008 to 2010. He's been at USC. This will be the second stint with Eckler at USC. He's also coached at Oklahoma. He's coached at Georgia. He's coached at Tennessee. He's coached at LSU. I mean, this is a guy that can't stay put. He's a good coach.
Great coach.
A great coach. He's turned around our special teams, but hell, he's a guy that can't stay put for more than about 2 years.
He's got, he's his feet are moving, and he's constantly on the go. And I think, promotion after promotion. Guy gets an opportunity now. I think he's going to take on linebackers. So a little step up in terms of a responsibility for Eck. I thought we'd just give him a blank check and have him fill in whatever number he was comfortable with to stay, because he turns around our special team. Our special teams hasn't been that good in decades. I mean, decades. Blocking field goals, returning kicks back.
We did offer Mike Eckler a sizable raise at midseason, is what I understand, and offered him a contract to stay with us. He did not sign the contract, thus he's moving on to a USC. Maybe he had this in the works before, but he's been coaching for 27 years. You would think he would want to settle down a little bit.
Nah. You see Mike Eckler on the sidelines.
I know, but sooner or later,
do you see him settling down?
Sooner or later,
the dude has no neutral gear. He's
drop your roots.
And it's stuck.
Drop your roots someplace. God, does he enjoy moving? Enjoy moving?
Clearly, he doesn't hate it.
No.
The only reason that,
he packs light. Maybe he packs light.
This show has lasted as long as it did because I've said from the very get-go, I made my final move. I'm never having to bring a U-Haul and have to clean all that crap out and haul my stuff into U-Hauls and lug it around. I hate moving.
Look on the bright side. Eckler don't have a lot of junk sitting around because he hasn't been anywhere long enough to accumulate junk.
Right.
So, he's moving on. He's going to be at USC as their special teams coordinator and going to take on linebackers evidently out there. So, Eckler is moving on.
Sucks.
Now I don't know where Matt Rule is going to go with this position. He said he might not hire outside, so that means he's going to promote from within. We'll see how the Nebraska coaching staff kind of shakes out when everything's all said and done with, or just through the transfer portal, just wrapping that up. And now the coaches, I would assume, would if they're going to leave, they're going to leave. If we're going to hire some more, I would think that we would make the hire here in the next couple of weeks. So we'll see what happens with the Nebraska coaching staff with the departure now of Mike Eckler.
Mm-hmm. I mean, at some point, Rule's got to take ownership of some position, right? At some point, he's got to be Coach Rule. He's got to coach football. We have an army of coaches and administrators and staff for the University of Nebraska. I don't know that we need to bring somebody in or go on a big hunt. I think, A, this can be promoted within. I think, B, Rule could take it over and call special teams.
Wow.
If he's a football guy, he should know how to football.
He took over as the defensive line coach for the bowl game. How'd that work?
Just saying.
He wore his hat backwards, which he looked goofy. He looked goofy wearing his hat backwards during the bowl game, and he took over the defensive line for the game against Utah. That didn't fare well. So I don't know if that's the answer. Matt Rule usually is not a position coach as the head coach. I don't know that the alternative has worked out great either. He wasn't coaching any positions when we got blew out by Minnesota. He wasn't coaching any positions when we got blew out by Penn State or Iowa. Is that a small college level, like at Hastings College? Matt is also the offensive line coach. I don't think that's necessarily the case in the major college football, is it?
No. But I'm saying at some point you have to take ownership of your program.
You do, because if you don't take ownership of your program, you get your ass fired.
That's right.
So
we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with the coaching staff. The Nebraska men's basketball team, they're in action tonight against Washington at PBA. We got some comments coming up from Husker head coach Fred Hoiberg as he looks to extend our winning streak. Huskers are at 18-0 in the season, 7-0 in the conference. The Huskies come in at 10-8, 2-5 in the conference. Tip-off tonight will be at 8 on the BTN. So Huskers coming off with their win the other day over Northwestern. We'll see if we can extend the streak. We're ranked number 7 in this week's poll as the Huskers will play the Washington Huskies tonight. Let's see. Oh, the Chargers. The Los Angeles Chargers are expected to hire former Miami Dolphins head coach Mike McDaniel as the team's new offensive coordinator. McDaniel had interviewed for multiple head coaching and offensive coordinator positions since the Dolphins fired him last week. He's returning to California. He spent 7 years on the staff of the San Francisco 49ers. Jim Harbaugh has been looking for a new offensive coordinator since firing Greg Roman last Tuesday, 2 days after the team's 16-3 playoff loss to the New England Patriots in the wild card round. Roman had been Harbaugh's only offensive coordinator in the NFL, but his offense, it sucked. It was inconsistent, lacked creativity. In fact, in the 2 playoff appearances, the Chargers offense had scored just 1 touchdown. So Roman is out, and it looks like Mike McDaniel, the goofy head coach from the Miami Dolphins, is going to take over there for the Los Angeles Chargers. He was rumored for a while to maybe be joining the Kansas City Chiefs, which I was kind of excited for because I kind of like Mike McDaniel. He's a little bit on the goofy side, but I always liked the way he talked. But now he's going to the Los Angeles Chargers as one of our rivals in the AFC West. Let's see. We talked about the Hall of Fame already. Here's an interesting NBA note from last night. The start of the Houston game against San Antonio was delayed for 22 minutes last night because a player bent the rim.
Yes.
Before a tip-off.
It happened at a high school game not too long ago, too.
Oh, you see sometimes on ESPN where people are goofing around, showing off during the pregame activities. They break the damn backboard.
Yeah.
They got to wheel out another one to replace it. Well, that was the case here. Somebody bent the rim while they were going through their pregame workouts. So they had to replace the rim. Took about 22 minutes. Then there was another second brief delay with about 9 minutes remaining in the game when the same rim was checked again. A worker got out a ladder, placed a level on the rim, and took a picture with his cell phone. And after showing an arena official and a referee, the picture apparently showing that the rim was level, the ladders were removed, and play resumed. Maybe somebody was bitching because they couldn't make any field goals, and he said, that rim is crooked. That rim is crooked. They didn't put it up there right. Jose didn't put that damn rim up there right. It's crooked, and we can't score. So they got the ladder out in the middle of the game. Well, actually, with 9 minutes to go in the game, and took a picture, showed the referee that everything was kosher, and the game continued. They pulled the ladder back off after the timeout, and the game went on. So
weird, wild stuff in the NBA. Let's see. The all-college football team came out. The All-American, basically, the postseason selections. Interestingly enough, Miami has more players than Indiana.
Well, the coach said yesterday there was not a lot of first-round type of players on the Indiana Hoosiers. So you might expect that Miami would have more players on the first team.
It's an all-college football playoff team. And
your team just won the national championship.
Your team just won the national championship, and you get outnumbered on the amount of quote-unquote good players on your team. Get out of here with that. That's like some of these stupid, I'm going to go there, these stupid postseason polls that they take out after the state tournaments are done. Some of those the newspapers and other media outlets that they all have their polls. Everyone's got to have a poll. Let's get in and pretend like we know the entire state of high school hoops. and get out here and act like we travel west past Seward every once in a while, and they get their little pools out. And at the end of the year, a team that finishes, because we still have these stupid-ass third-place games, I don't know why, we're still playing them, and they finish third at state. They have a trophy that says third place, and they're ranked like 6th. I'm like, you got to stop being so dumb. Your rankings 1 through 4 are done for you. And now at this point, it's about figuring out which of the teams that lost in the first round should be 5, 6, 7, and 8. Or you could just take the entire damn poll, crinkle it up, and throw it in the trash where it belongs.
Well, it's like the AP came out with their postseason college football poll the other day. We all know who won the national championship.
There's a trophy.
Who cares who finished 17th in the postseason?
No shit.
So, yeah, that was out.
That's my big bark.
Speaking of college football, Indiana transfer quarterback Alberto Mendoza announced on Tuesday that he has
sounds
signed.
Familiar.
Yeah, he signed with Georgia Tech. He's the younger brother of Heisman Trophy winner Fernando Mendoza.
Okay.
He entered. They were playing on the same team, Indiana.
Yeah.
And Fernando was the starter. His younger brother, Alberto, was the backup. Well, one day after the national championship game, he enters the transfer portal, and a few hours later he signs with Georgia Tech.
Your team just won a national championship, and you want to jump ship to go to Georgia Tech.
Yeah, you don't think there was something going on there behind the scenes? A day after your team wins the national championship, you enter the transfer portal. Hours later, you already have a contract, and you're signing on with Georgia Tech. Yeah, there was nothing fishy going on behind the scenes there.
A text message of a number, probably, that's going to get him to go to Georgia Tech.
Well, they had to have some kind of conversation. They couldn't just pull
they do.
Georgia Tech out of the...
Everyone does. If you don't think we're having conversations with players on other teams... We are. Everyone's doing it.
Alberto Mendoza, 6'2", 207 pounds, a redshirt freshman, threw for 286 yards, 75% passing, rushed for 190 yards, and scored 6 total touchdowns with 1 interception. 9 appearances this season for the Hoosiers. He'll have 3 years of eligibility remaining at Georgia Tech. So Alberto Mendoza transferring to Georgia Tech. Big 12 Conference has announced that their football championship game next year is moving to a Friday night.
Okay.
It's normally been on Saturday at noon. They're going to play their Big 12 championship game on a Friday night at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. Game's going to remain on ABC. Venue will remain the same, AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. But come next college football season, you'll have football on Friday night with the Big 12 Conference championship game.
Okay.
They made that change.
They can be on Friday nights. They can be on Saturdays. Mondays is the stupidest time for championship games. But Friday football is okay when you're not going over the top of high school football.
Well, this is December 4th.
Correct. And we're not going over the top of high school football. So Friday football's okay.
I think there's another Friday night championship game. What is it? It's usually on the West Coast someplace. They have a championship game on a Friday night, so Big 12 will be joining.
West.
Yeah, something like that. They'll be joining the Friday night brigade, so to speak, for a championship football. Kansas coach Bill Self.
Yeah.
He didn't make the trip to Colorado for their game. We kind of touched on this yesterday.
Sad.
He was feeling ill the other day and had to be hospitalized. He took on some IV fluids. Well, he says he's feeling better. The Jayhawks, by the way, went on to beat Colorado last night in Boulder, 75-69. The Jayhawks assistant coach, Jacques Vaughn, was the acting head coach, while Bill Self stayed at home recuperating.
You remember Jacques Vaughn as a player?
Oh, yeah, he was good.
God, he was so good.
He must be pretty good as a coach, too. Led the Jayhawks to the win last night at Colorado. Kansas plays Kansas State this weekend It's anticipated that Bill Self will be with the team now after they get back from Colorado. But anyway, Bill Self has had some medical issues in recent years. I think this is more of a precautionary type procedure that he had this week, just taking on some IV fluids. And he'll be back with the team here probably today at practice there for Kansas. But
a couple other college basketball headlines. Vanderbilt, after starting 16-0, remember they were in the undefeated ranks with us. They've lost 3 straight. So
wow, see, it can happen.
It can happen, guys. In the SEC, in the Big Ten, when you get to playing some of these powerhouse schools, but it's easy to start sliding. So Vandy's dropped 3 straight. And then what other big scoreline? Oh, in the Big Ten, Purdue fell last night. Got upset by UCLA. So the Bruins picking up a big dub. And
you see where the UCLA coach was pissed off?
Why?
Evidently, the Big Ten has scheduled like their first seven games or something were out on the road.
Mm-hmm.
And they've been gone now for a while.
Oh.
UCLA's been on the road for a while.
So bad.
Competing in this Midwestern Conference, what he called it.
You mean to tell me?
And then they bring in the team that was picked to win the Big Ten out to Los Angeles, and they were on 2 days rest.
You mean to tell me that a conference that expands the entire United States might have been a bad idea for travel purposes? Holy crap. I am shocked. This is breaking news. We got to send out an alert. How did we not think of that? A conference that expands the entire country may or may not be good for travel. Suck it up, Buttercup.
They were just talking about...
God, do better.
They were talking about the amount of games that they've had on the road here at the early part of the season. And then they bring in the top team in the conference to play at UCLA on 2 days rest.
Whoa. Cry me the biggest river.
God, you have no sympathy for anybody.
Zero. You got 20 freaking teams in this conference. That's a scheduling nightmare. Someone's going to get the wrong side of the schedule. It's going to happen. Sucks that it's you. Don't bitch about it.
No, it's like it even...
Suck it up and go play.
It even happens at the GPAC level. Look at us. A couple of weeks ago, Hastings College on their longest road trip of the season.
On a Wednesday.
We took it on a Wednesday.
Midweek game.
And we're all about education. All about education, but we have to take the kids out of school on Tuesday, Wednesday, and get back in the middle of the night on Thursday.
3 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah, wouldn't that be a great contest to play on a Saturday? But oh no. GPAC scheduled us for a Wednesday.
It happens.
It happens. Suck it up. You're a member of the conference.
On the wrong side.
Suck it up, Buttercup. I like that.
Yeah.
God. Sometimes
I didn't know that comment existed in the universe, and so when you brought it up, like, I'm gonna take a swing at it. I did not know that press conference existed. So
yeah, dial up ESPN this morning.
God, what a whining sack of crap.
When you get a chance here during our news break, pull up ESPN.
So much road games.
It's there on the top of the page.
God.
I clicked on that. 7:24, waking up with Mike and Tyson here this morning. It's a huddle up on Extreme Sports. We told you had some basketball last night. You know, to get to Zach before the news break, we can.
Go for it.
Adams Central beating Ord last night by a score of 56-47. Patriots improved to 10-4 on the season, and Adams Central head coach Zach Foster joined me on the post-game show last night here on Extreme Sports. He said he was proud of his team.
Really proud of our guys. Just from start to finish, I thought it was a pretty good performance. Wasn't perfect, obviously, but as you and I talked about in pregame, we've been struggling a little bit to score the basketball, so it's kind of nice to see the ball going a little bit. It wasn't perfect, but it was progress. And I'm just really proud of our guys for kind of being consistent and being committed to trying to make the right play, which is hard sometimes when you've been struggling offensively as a team. But I thought, especially in the first half, we were really, really good at trying to hit the open guy and make the right basketball play.
13-point lead at halftime, so an 8-point lead after 3 quarters, and then give Ord a lot of credit. They chipped away and made a ball game in the fourth quarter. Talk about the final 8 minutes tonight.
Well, I mean, number one, still shooting is one of the great separators in the sport, obviously, maybe the greatest separator, and I felt like every time they needed to make a shot, they made a big shot. So credit to those guys. I mean, I have to look at the film. A couple times we felt like we lost guys and didn't do our job defensively, but a couple times I thought we were there and they just made shots. You know, it's one of those deals if they don't make those shots and there's not that much drama, but they hit them, and we did a couple things wrong, a couple turnovers here and there, and that's how it goes.
Braden Radigan in the first quarter, he didn't get to start, but I'll tell you what, he got in early, scores 8 points for in the first quarter. Talk about his performance tonight.
Just really proud of Braden. I mean, he's a kid that has worked really hard to improve, and again, it's cliche, but this is my 26th year coaching. You coach guys, you know, that have a lot of success early and whatever. But, I think coaches love guys that just have to put in time and have to work and have to be patient. And I think in this day and age, even not to be totally melodramatic here, but with NIL and people transferring and all kinds of stuff in college and immediate gratification, to see a kid who's a senior who has worked and worked and worked, and he didn't play – as a junior, he didn't even touch the floor till the holiday tournament. He'd play between 2 and 4 minutes a game. Who just stayed with it, didn't go away, didn't try to do something else. Just said, I'm going to stay with it because I love my teammates and I want to be better. And so, just really proud of him to have that moment tonight. That was one of his best games of the year, and he typically doesn't score a lot, so it was great to see the ball go in for him.
You ended up shooting 51% for the ball game. You know, I talked about rebounds before the game. You out-rebounded Ord tonight 24-18. So it looks like the team is sliding back in the right direction here.
Yeah, and I mean, we told our kids afterwards, you're the same team, you know, that we lost Saturday and lost last Thursday, and whatever happened Saturday, just keep playing with good habits, play with winning habits, and that's all we can ask for. I mean, we have a tough schedule, but we like our team, and just like how coachable they are and how tough-minded they are, and when we need to get on to them, they listen. There's a lot of teams that don't listen, you know, and we have kids that will listen, and they'll listen to each other, and so they're a joy to coach, and so we're really thankful for them.
We've been concerned about your offense the past couple of games, Coach. I haven't talked a lot about your defense. I know that's been kind of a work in progress all year. Are you happy with the progress you're making there?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're playing hard. We're still making too many mental mistakes, and again, we go play Saturday, we're playing, you know, arguably if not 1 or 1A on our schedule this year as far as talent and toughness, and so you just can't make big mistakes against the best competition. I think we're playing really hard. I think we're trying to do a good job. We just got to keep trying to coach clearly, try to give them a clear image of what we want them to do so we can take away the mental mistakes, because as you know, I mean, when you play in big games, 1 or 2 mistakes can be the difference in the game. And like we said against Donovan, we had 3 mental mistakes in the first half, but it was 8 points. And there's a big difference in a 20-11 game or 20-12 game versus a 28-12 game. And so if you are going to struggle at times offensively, which we've been known to do, then you really can't make a bunch of mistakes defensively. You got to be pretty sound.
So between now and Saturday, a big game with Central Catholic, where's the concentration here in the next couple of days?
Well, thankfully, I mean, for this time of year, it's unheard of for us. We have 3 days here to get ready. And so, we got some kids that are banged up a little bit and sore a little bit. So tomorrow we'll probably meet, watch some film, and let them go home, to be honest. And then we'll have 2 big days to get ready. So it's kind of nice to have a couple days where you can do that, because January is a grind. They're just so good. Coach Martinez is one of the best coaches in the state of any class. When you play them, you know you're going to see toughness. You're going to see a machine. I mean, they don't get too high or too low. They just literally are amazing scout-wise. They're amazing in their offense. They're just very, very good. I think they have a great chance to be in the finals in C1. And so we know we got a big challenge. But every time we play Central Catholic, it's always a great game. We enjoy playing them. And I think that when you play good people, it's a great opportunity, and you want to play the best people. And so we get that chance Saturday.
And congratulations on winning. We'll see you again.
All right, thank you.
Zach Foster, head coach of the Adams Central boys basketball team. The Patriots again picking up a win over Ord last night, 56-47. The Pats are now 10-4 this season. You're waking up with Mike and Tyson here this morning. This is a Huddle Up on Extreme Sports at 7:30.
It's time for a morning news update on Extreme Sports.
We will start at the state capitol this morning, where a bill introduced in the Nebraska legislature by Hastings Senator Dan Lanowski would change state law so that a living person can be nominated to the Nebraska Hall of Fame. Get this. The Nebraska Hall of Fame, under current rules, nominees must be deceased for at least 35 years, and the Hall of Fame Commission can induct only one person every 5 years. Dan Lanowski's bill, 1159, would allow one living person to be considered before January 1st of 2027, and yes, it is specifically to honor former Nebraska football coach Tom Osborne. Osborne, who is now 88, led the Huskers for 25 seasons with 255 wins and 3 natties, served in Congress, and later as Nebraska's athletic director. Supporters say the change would let the state properly recognize his legacy. Meanwhile, Nebraska Governor Jim Pillen is coming under a little heat this morning after he held a statewide telephone town hall last night, where he promoted his conservative legislative goals and criticized political opponents by using the term libtards several times. Pillen addressed issues including the state budget, property tax relief, education standards, and energy policy, and encouraged Nebraskans to vote in the 2026 elections. He also reiterated his support for stricter abortion limits, federal collaborations on school tax credits, and Medicaid work requirements, and emphasized the importance of winning the May primary. But the word libtards weighs under a little heat this morning from the media. 7:32, we'll spin things back over to you. Mike Will, what's going down in sports?
Well, the Hastings College women's basketball team will battle the College of St. Mary's tonight at Lynn Farrell Arena. The Broncos are 13-6 in the season, 9-4 in the conference. The Flames are 3-16. They're 2-11 in the conference. Hastings beat St. Mary's 100-58 earlier this season in Omaha. Tip-off will be at 6 o'clock. Pregame show begins at 5:45 this afternoon here on Extreme Sports. Duncan Field will host the Class A Junior State Baseball Tournament this summer. The event will run from July 25th through the 29th. The Class A Senior State Tournaments will be held at Elkhorn North and at Kearney. The Class B Senior State Tournaments will be in Springfield and in Central City. The Class C Senior State Tournament will be in Pender. On the junior side, in Class B State Tournament this year will be in Wayne. The Class C Junior State Tournament will be at Plymouth Tri-County. On the area tournament scene here for this year, the Area 7 Seniors Area Tournament is going to be in Lexington. The Area 7 Juniors Tournament will be in Scottsbluff. Boys High School basketball from last night. Adams Central over Ord, 56-47. Patriots are now 10-4. St. Cecilia defeated Superior last night, 64-56. The Hawks are now 4-11. Hastings High, they lost to Gretna, 61-42. The Tigers are now 1-12. In girls high school basketball from last night, Adams Central got by Ord, 58-50. The Patriots are now 7-7. Gretna beat Hastings High, 44-19. The Tigers are now 2-12. And St. Cecilia blew out Superior last night, 59-9. The Hawkettes are now 14-1. That's a check in your sports headlines at 7:34 on Extreme Sports.
It's time for a morning weather update on Extreme Sports with Chief Meteorologist Tim Jones.
Get ready for a blast of Arctic air by the weekend, but in the meantime, on this Wednesday, it'll be the warmest day of the week with a high in the upper 40s. Plenty of sunshine and strong northwest winds, 15 to 20 miles per hour, with gusts to 35. Overnight tonight, a low of 16. 36 on Thursday and partly sunny, -4 Thursday night to Friday morning. Then a high only on 3 degrees on Friday with a chance of snow Friday night to Saturday.
Right now, if you wake up, get going, we've got west winds at 10 miles per hour. Partly cloudy, 21 in Hastings. Wind chill is at 9 degrees this morning.
Hi guys, this is Justin Consrick with Adam Marshall Land and Auction. Just want to talk to you about how we do things. I talk to farmers every day. A lot of guys just want a simple, honest way to sell equipment. That's why I work with Adam Marshall Land and Auction. We know the equipment, we know the buyers. We run real auctions with no buyer's fees, which brings in more bidders and stronger results. From one machine to the full lineup, we handle marketing, the details, the sales start to finish. We're just real people with real auctions, real results. If you're thinking about auctioning equipment, reach out and give us a call at 308-991-5429.
I'm John Butler, funeral director and owner at Livingston Butler Volland Funeral Home and Cremation Center in Hastings.
And I'm Nikki Butler, the advanced funeral planning specialist. Whether you choose a traditional service, cremation, or a unique memorial service, our experienced staff is here to help guide you through every step. Visit us at lbvfh.com to learn more about our services and how we can support you.
Livingston Butler Volland Funeral Home and Cremation Center. We are here when your need is greatest.
Hamilton has been providing IT solutions for businesses across the state of Nebraska for more than 3 decades. We know that Nebraska businesses are a driving force of support for the communities in which we live and work. We keep them connected and protected by delivering cybersecurity, hosted phones, and managed IT. We are grateful to be part of our Nebraska communities and to support their technology needs.
More information at
Get ready for the ultimate trivia experience with Extreme Sports Trivia. Play from anywhere at home, on the go, or at your favorite bar or restaurant. Compete live against players from all over in real time, answering questions across categories like sports, pop culture, Marvel, and more. Want to see how you stack up? Track your progress with live leaderboards and aim for the top spot. It's free, fun, and super easy to play. So what are you waiting for? Sign up today at extremesports.com trivia and start playing now. And keep an eye out. We're coming soon to a bar or restaurant near you.
All right, Mike Will, Science Center Bronick with you. It's a Wednesday morning, the 21st day of January. Thanks for joining us either on our website at x-streamsports.com, maybe on your smartphone with our free mobile app, your smart speaker, Roku TV, Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitch, wherever you're listening to us this morning. Thanks for joining us again for Huddle Up. Again, basketball tonight. It'll be a women's-only game as Hastings College will take on the College of St. Mary's tonight. Tip will be at 6. Pregame will be at 5:45 this afternoon with Hastings head coach Gina Douglas. So that is coming up. Did you hear Tim's weather? God, 3 degrees. Today? 3 degrees for the high on Friday with a chance of snow this weekend.
And why is it always on the weekend?
Yeah, we get in a little pattern here. It's been nice during the week, and then the weekends have been crap.
Like, give me my weekends. Give me my nice weather weekends. I'll take crap during the work week. We'll settle for it. I mean, the work week already sucks enough, and we can add bad weather to it, right?
God,
like, I want to enjoy.
Hey, 3 degrees on Friday.
Nobody's doing anything with 3-degree weather.
Well,
nobody goes out.
It's winter.
No, seriously.
My wife was, she was bickering the other day. Oh, do you see the weather for this weekend? It's going to be cold. I said, honey, how long have we lived in this state? It is January. It is January. It's now going to be, by this weekend, it's going to be January, late January.
Well, we always gripe when we get our first cold snap. And the fact is,
it's January.
I know. But I was telling my dad this the other day. We were standing outside in like 2-degree wind chills, and it was bitter. It was bitterly cold. And I said, it's really, really bad right now because we're not acclimated to it. We haven't had a cold stretch of winter. And so when we get these little tiny intermittent blips of cold weather, but then we follow it up with freaking 40s. So we need a good cold snap to get acclimated to this winter weather that we're so used to. But when you're up and down and up and down and up and down, you can't get used to it. It's tough. It's tough. It's mentally tough. And so, yeah, like, look at my pocketbook this past weekend when we had a really cold weekend. People weren't going out because it was too damn cold. And as a bartender, that sucks. People don't go out. I don't make money.
That's not good.
Come out, have cold weather beers with me this weekend. I need your plan.
Yeah, we're going to get, and we're going to get snow. But here it is. We're already at the end of January.
We've had a dusting maybe a time or two.
That's about it.
Yeah.
We're going to be leveled with snow sooner or later.
I haven't had a good dumping yet.
No, I don't think this weekend. They're calling for snow, but I don't think it's going to be anything major, at least in our area. I think in some portions of the United States, this could be a major storm that's a bruise up for this weekend. But Tim and the crew with the weather guys will keep an eye on that for you. We got basketball tonight. Nebraska playing Washington. Huskers are 18-0 in the season, ranked number 7 in the country. Washington is a team that's coming in here. Their record 10-8. They're 2-5 in the conference after Saturday's 80-63 loss to Michigan State. Evidently, Washington has a pretty good player in Hans Steinbach. He is averaging 17.8 points and 11.1 rebounds per game. Husker head coach Fred Hoiberg.
Steinbach's an unbelievable basketball player, and the fact that he's putting up the type of numbers that he is as a freshman in this league, and you look at his numbers, they've gone up against Big Ten competition where he's averaging a double-double, over 20 points and over 10 rebounds. He's so impressive. He can score it from all over the floor, great length, great touch, big hands, and he's just got a nose for the ball, going after and getting it. So, they've got unbelievable length, a very good offensive rebounding team, and they got a lot of talent out there. So, this is something we got to be on point right from the beginning. I thought we got beat up a little bit physically in the first half of our last game and did a much better job in the second half. We can't have lapses like that against a team that has this type of physicality. So, expecting a battle tomorrow, and again, getting off to fast starts is very important in this league.
Did you say his name was Hans Steinbach? Hans Steinbach?
Hans.
Like Hans Gruber from Die Hard. Who's our John McClane? The Hans Gruber was the arch villain in Die Hard. Okay, carry on.
Hans Steinbach. Anyway, the Huskers ranked number 7 this week in the latest AP college basketball poll. And the coach was asked how the players are reacting to, all the additional national media attention for the 2025-2026 season.
It's nice for our guys to get some recognition for what they've accomplished. I've said that. They should enjoy the ride and everything that they've got going on right now. But, again, you talk to them every day about putting up their walls, putting up their barriers, and not feeding into all the things that are being said. And you see it the other way. A team that's won 16, 17 straight and they lose 2 in a row, they're a poor basketball team. They're frauds, all that. Whatever direction the thing is going, you can't listen to it. You just got to continue to focus. And that's what I give our guys all the credit in the world, is how they bounce back after huge wins, whatever it is, the 1A, I don't get all that stuff, but, you've got those big wins against major programs, and then you find a way to regroup and get back to work and focus on the next opportunity. So that, as much as anything we've got going on this season, that's what I give our guys the most credit for, is how they've been able to flip the script and turn the page and move on to the next opponent.
And that next opponent is Washington again tonight at PBA. He says Washington is a talented team.
Yeah, Claude, he's a very dynamic guard, but so is Diallo. And, they've got a lot of players that they get downhill. They got players that can make shots, and their bigs are huge and physical. And Steinbach's one of the more unique players, not only in the league but in the country. So this is a good team, very well coached. I think the world of Donnie and everything that he's got going. So we just got to go out there and be at our best for 40 minutes to have a chance. That's what we've done so far in this league, and we're going to have to continue on with that.
Now, we saw the other night Indiana winning the football championship, the national championship, after they sucked as late as 2 years ago. Well, anyway, Fred says that they're kind of taking a little motivation watching that Indiana Hoosier football team win the national championship.
I'll say this. We were in Bloomington the day that they won the semifinal game, and it just in complete domination, the way that they controlled that from start to finish. And I've got so much respect for Kurt and everything that he did for that program to get it turned the way he did in 2 years. It's just incredible what he was able to accomplish. And, to provide motivation, I don't know. It's great to see a team that's never done it, have the type of success that they did. It's awesome for the league. I said that next morning after we finished the Indiana game. Congratulated them on their performance and wished them all the best on winning the national championship. And then they go out and do it. And yeah, he's unbelievable. I just think he's so motivating for those teams. They execute. They're disciplined. They're physical. It's just it was fun to watch that ride. So can we take something out of it? I don't know. It's obviously we're using a little bit more of a round ball than they do, but it's motivating for sure.
All right, that's Fred Hoiberg. His pregame thoughts on tonight's matchup with the Washington Huskies. It'll go at 8 tonight on BTN. The Nebraska women also in action tonight. They'll play at Wisconsin. Huskers are at 14-4 now in the season. They're 3-4 in the conference. The Badgers 12-7, 4-4 in the league. Nebraska beat Wisconsin 91-60 last year in Lincoln. Tip-off for the women's game will be at 6:30. So you got the Husker women at 6:30, Husker men at 8 tonight as they continue their seasons here. Both teams pretty successful right now. Mm-hmm. So
there we go. Catching up on comments coming in from earlier. Ryan Martin was chiming in on the Jayhawks. We touched up on that with Jacques Vaughn leading the team to a victory last night and Bill Self's health. Indorf checking in, Chief, on the Big Ten Conference and saying UCLA was not well versed in their geography when they decided to join the Big Ten Conference. And with the colder temperatures coming, one Ryan Martin is very excited because his love of ice fishing can return. It's still a sport that I don't know. I just don't know. I don't get it. I don't get the whole huts.
I think we went through this last year.
We did. And my stance on it still hasn't changed.
No, mine either.
Like a trip, maybe, like we should do a Extreme Sports Goes ice fishing trip. See who lasts the longest on the ice.
I wouldn't last.
Although
Ryan, he told us last year that they actually put little heaters.
Yeah, he's got his like an insulated. And I'm just thinking like heat and ice don't mix.
No, you're on ice.
That's right.
You're on a body of water, so you're bringing your little heater out to stay warm in this little ice hut while you drill a hole in the ice and drop your line down and go ice fishing. But you've got this heater running in this little cubby hole that you.
I'm just a little concerned if I'm in the hut.
I would be too. Yeah.
Staring at it the entire time, not watching the line. I'm watching the heater to see if the ice is melting.
God.
Oh, yeah, that's good stuff.
I'm not a big ice fisherman.
I can't see myself doing it.
No.
I'm not a big outdoorsman, so.
Oh, you're whining when the temperature gets down to 20.
I know.
So I can't see you sitting out with Ryan Martin in his little hut. God, maybe he'd take us ice fishing. Maybe we're missing something in our lives.
I'd have to find pants and a coat. So there's that, too. Did you see this, by the way, from Yahoo Sports last night? Apparently they interviewed Robert Kraft, who revealed the upcoming priorities for the NFL for ownership meetings and things that they're going to be discussing.
Yeah.
The 18-game regular season, 2-game preseason, which is all fine. We've been talking about this for a long time. Shorten the preseason. Owners are tired of seeing their investments, their big star players getting hurt before the season even starts. I'm okay with that. Here's what I'm not okay with. International game for each team every season. Why are you shipping this off globally and letting Germany and Ireland and England and Mexico all cash in on NFL revenue?
Plus all those game
times. If
times.
I'm an owner, I'm pissed. I'm losing a home game.
That won't pass.
And, well, it's got to be better than, like, for instance, the Rams. How many Rams and Vikings have been the two teams that had seemingly been playing overseas the most? Jaguars, you throw them in there.
Chiefs, they went to Brazil this year to start the season.
You had to start the season in Brazil.
Yeah.
That can't pass, can it?
That won't pass.
I hope not, unless you're getting a substantial investment from these cities internationally that are giving back to you as the owner. If I'm an owner, there's no way. You're stripping a home game from me.
Yeah, that's not going to pass. They can talk about that all they want. That's not going to pass.
I also hate waking up at 6 o'clock in the morning to watch NFL games.
Yeah, that's the other problem.
And then
play
it really screws your fantasy.
Time. Yeah,
screws your fantasy lineup.
Yeah, because you forget that my team's playing over. We got an 8:30 start. Most of us not out of bed on Sunday morning at 8:30.
And if it's a questionable diagnosis, I got to be up at 7:30 to see if he's lacing up.
Which is not going to happen in your case.
That's not going to happen.
Tammy's just chimed in on her social media sites. She says, Tyson, keep your pants on.
Why? I wear shorts all the time.
Yes, you do.
All the time.
Are you still in shorts at this time of the year?
Yeah, I was in shorts yesterday. I got a couple weird questions. They're like, are you just in shorts year-round? I said, yeah. I said, these are my winter shorts.
Your winter shorts.
These are my winter shorts.
Are they heavier than your spring shorts? They're the same ones?
In fact, they're lighter. Huh. Yep.
Yeah, I know a couple of other people that wear shorts all year
Coach
round.
Williams for the softball.
Yeah.
Pitching coach Eric Williams. We are united in shorts wearing year-round. Legs got to breathe, man. The legs have to breathe.
There's a couple of other ones that walk around.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see if you're walking around in shorts on Friday.
So here's the stupid thing. I'll bundle up. I'll put on a layer coat, a starter jacket. You know, one of those nice I'll put on gloves, and I'll put on a hat. And I'll bundle up the top half, and then I walk outside with shorts on. A coat, a scarf, mittens, and hat.
And shorts.
And I'd be shoveling the driveway in shorts.
Are you kidding me?
Come over and watch it next time we get a snow.
I am. I gotta post that. I've got to post that. God, that would look like a nerd.
I am a nerd. I come by that term honestly.
You would have your winter coat on with gloves, and you're wearing some Bermuda shorts.
1,000% yes.
God. All right, just remember, keep your pants on, Tammy says. Keep your pants on. 7:53. Waking up with Mike and Tyson here this morning on Huddle Up.
It's time for a morning news update on Extreme Sports.
We start at the state capitol, where a bill introduced in the Nebraska legislature by Hastings Senator Dan Lanowski would change state law so that a living person can be nominated to the Nebraska Hall of Fame. This is one of those crazy, weird loopholes that I didn't even know existed. Under current rules, nominees must be deceased for at least 35 years, and the Hall of Fame Commission can only induct one person every 5 years. This is bizarre. Dan Lanowski's bill, 1159, would allow one living person to be considered before January 1st of 2027. This obviously to specifically honor former football coach Tom Osborne, who is now 88 years old. He led the Huskers for 25 seasons, 255 wins, 3 natties, served in Congress, and later as the interim athletic director. Supporters say the change would let the state properly recognize his legacy. Meanwhile, Nebraska Governor Jim Pillen is taking a little heat this morning after he held a statewide telephone town hall last night where he promoted his conservative legislative goals and criticized his political opponents by using the term libtards several times. Pillen addressed issues including state budget, property tax relief, education standards, energy policy, and encouraged Nebraskans to vote in the 2026 elections, and also reiterated his support for stricter abortion limits, federal collaborations on school tax credits, and Medicaid work requirements. Pillen emphasized the importance of winning the May primary. It is 7:55. We'll head over to the East Side Studios. Mike, what's going down in sports?
Again, the Hastings College women's basketball team will play the College of St. Mary's tonight at Lynn Farrell Arena. The Broncos are 13-6 on the season. They're 9-4 in the conference. The Flames are 3-16. They are 2-11 in the conference. Hastings beat St. Mary's 100-58 earlier this season in Omaha. Tip-off will be at 6. Pre-game show at 5:45 this afternoon here on Extreme Sports. Duncan Field will host the Class A Junior State Baseball Tournament this summer. The event will run from July 25th through the 29th. The Class A Senior State Tournaments will be at Elkhorn North and at Kearney this summer. The Class B Senior State Tournament will be in Springfield and in Central City. The Class C Seniors State Tournament will be in Pender. On the junior side, the Class B State Tournament will be in Wayne. Class C will be in Plymouth Tri-County. Looking forward to the Area 7 Senior State Tournament this year. It's going to be held in Lexington. The Area 7 Junior State, or the Area 7 Juniors Tournament is going to be held in Scottsbluff. Boys High School basketball from last night. Adams Central over Ord 56-47. Patriots are now 10-4. St. Cecilia defeated Superior 64-56. The Hawks are now 4-11. Hastings High lost to Gretna 60-42. The Tigers are now 1-12. In girls high school basketball, Adams Central got by Ord 58-50. The Patriots are now 7-7. Gretna beat Hastings High 44-19. The Tigers are now 2-12. St. Cecilia blew out Superior 59-9. The Hawkettes are now 14-1. Nebraska men's basketball team will play Washington tonight. 8 o'clock starting time at PBA on BTN. The Nebraska women will play at Wisconsin tonight. Starting time will be at 6:30. And Nebraska's special teams coordinator, Mike Eckler, is leaving the program. He's going to become the special teams coordinator at USC. That's a check in your sports headlines at 7:57 on Extreme Sports.
It's time for a morning weather update on Extreme Sports with Chief Meteorologist Tim Jones.
Get ready for a blast of Arctic air by the weekend, but in the meantime, on this Wednesday, it'll be the warmest day of the week with a high in the upper 40s. Plenty of sunshine and strong northwest winds, 15 to 20 miles per hour, with gusts to 35. Overnight tonight, a low of 16. 36 on Thursday and partly sunny, -4 Thursday night to Friday morning. Then a high only on 3 degrees on Friday with a chance of snow Friday night to Saturday.
West winds this morning at 10 miles per hour. Partly cloudy, 21 in Hastings. Wind chill is at +9 at Extreme Sports.
Hey, this is Mick from Maletta Vista Winery in St. Paul. Just a reminder, winter hours will be Saturdays, 11:30 to 9, January through February. That's just one day a week. But come in for lunch. Homemade soup specials on Saturdays. Stick around for the evening meals that start at 5. And while you're at it, stock up on your favorite wines. Workhorse, Elephant Ear, Steuben Tiger, and more are available at Maletta Vista and wherever great Nebraska wines are sold. Maletta Vista Winery. Good wine, good food. No snow boots required, but we won't judge.
Connet Auto Care is the trusted name in automotive repair and maintenance services in Hastings. We're a gold-certified Napa Auto Care Center. Our ASE-certified technicians have the Blue Seal of Excellence, receive continuous training, and are committed to providing the best service your vehicle can get. Whether it's preventative maintenance, major repairs, or just an oil change, Connet Auto Care is here for you.
All right, Mike Will, Tyson and Bronick with you. It's Huddle Up on Extreme Sports for this Wednesday. In the basketball tonight, Hastings College of St. Mary's, beginning at 5:45 this afternoon. Going back to our social media sites, Tammy again chiming in on Tyson's winter attire as he's still in his shorts for the winter. She says, do you also wear flip-flops? She says, boots, tie, or flip-flops during the winter?
Just shoes. Just regular tennis shoes. Regular tennis shoes.
So you're not out shoveling snow in your flip-flops?
I haven't worn flip-flops in a couple of years, actually. I think feet are gross, and I think mine are pretty right up there in grossness, and so I don't like showing them off to people. It's not really attractive.
Feet are gross?
Feet are gross. This could possibly is another tangent for another topic for another time, but I kind of get disgusted looking at my own feet, so I don't wear flip-flops that much.
When you got a figure like me, you haven't seen your feet in years. Yeah, I don't know what my feet look like. Yeah, this is definitely a subject for another day.
We are off the rails.
Yeah,
there we go.
Something like this summer when we don't have anything to talk about.
There you go.
We'll talk about feet.
God, if I only was in flip-flops today.
All right, what else is going on here? Jim Schleicher chiming in. It has to do with the world media marketing. Look what it's done for soccer.
Sure.
So we're talking about.
Soccer was already an international game, but
so
that's something that we haven't really Americanized yet, or I guess normalized, is that soccer is a great sport. We're a little behind the eight ball in America on that. Except for our women's team. They kick ass.
Right.
So there you go. We are going to talk some planning and zoning for tomorrow's show.
Woo!
I guess they're redoing the code. They're making changes to the zoning code. Of course, zoning important. But we got a good education in the zoning process during the whole saga with what shall not be named.
The casino.
Yep.
Well, zoning always comes up.
Yeah. So it's interesting.
So we'll
talk about it.
Dive in on that as we dive into the city politics a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
See what's going on. All right, if you'd like to listen to the show again, you can. Download the podcast section. Go to our social media sites and download the podcast and listen to the show anytime you want. Make sure you like our Facebook page and follow us and subscribe to us and all that stuff on social media sites so we can hang around. We can hang around with you. Anyway, we'll be back again tomorrow morning at 7 here on Huddle Up and Extreme Sports. Have yourself a great day.
You've been listening to Huddle Up on Extreme Sports, Central Nebraska's new home for sports. Join us every weekday morning from 7 until 8 on Extreme